Hello, and welcome to the Debbie and Kim Show.
Real people, real talk.
From challenges to wisdom,
Wisdom
conversations that
that
heal,
heal,
inspire,
inspire,
and
empower.
empower. Hello, everybody. We're back.
We're
Uh,
back.
yes, we're back. And today, our conversation, we're going to continue the conversation that is very close to Kim's heart and is beginning to be close to my heart as well as I get more information. And that is on holistic health. So often, again, we focus on symptoms or quick fixes, but holistic healing looks at the whole person, mind, body, and spirit, and how everything is connected. Mm.
Yes. And we are excited today to introduce our special guest expert. And I'll tell you a little bit about him, and you'll know why I said that. He is a board certified Ayurvedic practitioner, a Vastu Shastra, and you'll find out what that is, practitioner, chemical engineer, mindful awareness from UCLA Mindful Awareness Research Institute or Center, muscle testing certification, which is amazing. He's also a uh, whole food supplementation certified. This is clean, wonderful whole food supplements, member of the National Ayurvedic Medical Association, and author of In Search for, Significance, The Gateway to Life's Purpose. And I am so honored and thrilled to welcome to our podcast, Mr. Rich Humphreys. Richard
Thank
Humphreys.
you. Thank you. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, great. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tell me, do you want us to say Richard or Rich? How would you like for us to introduce you?
I kind of like the rich. That has
That
something,
has that
has a
ring.
meaning. Yeah.
Yeah. Has a real nice meaning to it. So tell me, Rich, can you share a little bit about your journey? What inspired you to step into holistic health and make it your life's work?
Certainly. For that, we'll have to go back a ways. I grew up in New Jersey. My father was a mechanic. My mother was a nurse. So my mother being a nurse and working all kinds of weird schedules and whatnot, when I was small, she used to take me to the hospital a lot.
Mm.
So I got to see operations. I got to see a lot of stuff I really didn't want to see, but I was always around the medical field at that time. And then my interest started to grow in it. I started reading medical encyclopedias. I was probably like 8, 10 years old, and I'm reading medical encyclopedias. Not that I'm any child prodigy or anything like that. I was just interested in it. And the more I learned about it, the more interested I got. And then I started diagnosing my sister's ailments, and they were shocked that I knew what I was talking about. So headed into college and actually double majored in college. I had majored in chemical engineering and pre-med at the same time.
Wow.
Nobody told me that you shouldn't
Don't
do
do
that,
that.
but I did it anyway and learned an awful lot. Applied to some medical schools because I wanted to be a doctor. Applied, got accepted into a few of them, but I was just toast. After double majoring in those two areas, I just couldn't open another book. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. And that great line we all use, oh, I'll go back later and do that. So launched
Mhm.
out to the working world instead, and working world, family, and all that good kind of stuff. And back around 2011, the thirst got rekindled for health, and I ended up uh, going to an Ayurvedic school, the original medicine, 7,000 years ago that was created, medical system. because I wanted something different. I knew about the traditional. I worked for a pharmaceutical company for a while, so I knew what they were all about. So I went into Ayurveda, got just totally entrenched in that, and picked up some other certifications along the way. And there were a couple of things in that journey that continued on to now that really
May I
stand out.
may I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Because when you talk about A Ayurveda, can you give us a little bit more of a definition? Because there are some people who have asked or put in questions in our chat about they've
Uh-huh.
always been interested, but how would they find out more about it? Where'd they go? How did you find out about it? Um,
Okay.
give us a little bit of that background, please.
Sure. Ayurveda, that's a Sanskrit word, the Sanskrit language, and it means the science of life. And
Mm,
it originated about 7,000 years ago in India. And what a lot of people don't know is Chinese medicine came out of Ayurveda. Now, everybody knows about Chinese medicine, but they never heard of Ayurveda. But Ayurveda was the original medical system that Chinese medicine came out of. So
mm,
The
it
mother
has
of
some
medicine.
very rich history involved in it. You can simply look it up, Ayurveda, and you'll see just a ton of information on what it is, what they believe, because we believe you treat each person individually. We look at mind, body, and soul. Both of you can have the same symptoms, but can be treated differently depending
mhm.
upon a lot of other factors. So it's a system
Can
that's
I?
totally holistic. It deals with a lot of herbs, lifestyle changes. It's kind of a makeover into really helping your body and yourself get well.
I would recommend that if you would like to know more information about Ayurveda, reach out to Rich and he'll tell you how to get in touch with him. And if you miss that information, just put it in the comments or reach out to one of us. Reach out to balancingmylife.com or iversity.org.
But can I say this one thing? How do you spell it? Because I'm trying to spell it phonetically, but I don't think I'm I don't think I've done it right.
You think
AYU.
of I always look at it this way. You break it up into pieces. Ayur, Ayur. And then you
That
got
means
Veda,
life.
Veda, Ayurveda.
Beta.
And
Uh, no, I was just gonna say maybe because I wasn't pronouncing it correctly. Yeah.
I've said it to some people from India,
Uh-huh.
and the way I pronounced it, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
All
And
depends
then,
on the part of India they're from. North, south,
Yes.
mm,
east, west, coastal,
okay.
different
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
dialects
then
say it different.
I said something about what it was. I said, you don't know about this? And they're like, oh, Ayurveda. Okay. But means life, and
Okay.
it's in all of its many forms. And Veda means knowledge. And so it's the science of life and longevity. Life
Life
and longevity.
knowledge. Okay. Cool. So I have another question, of course. Were there any personal journeys or health challenges that inspired you to go into this work?
I did not have any health challenges or anything that persuaded me to go into it. However, while I was in it, I did have a couple of health challenges, and I saw the power of it. First one, going way back, probably 2012-ish or so, uh, I had valley fever and pneumonia
Oh
at the
my.
same time. So, did the normal stuff, went to the doctor first, got it diagnosed, knew what it was. They wanted to put me on a bunch of fungicides and other things, these horse pills, and I basically said, "No, I think I got a better way." So what I did is having some Ayurvedic knowledge at that time. There was a couple of herbs I used, holy basil, which is tulsi, and dashamula, which is 10 different roots together. And there was a blend of those that I took. And within 30 days, I was better. And the doctors were astonished that I got better without taking all the medication and whatnot, and basically told me, "Well, you're one of the lucky ones." Well, I
Mhm.
knew better than that. I
Mhm.
knew that where I knew the system that it was affecting, and I treated that system with natural herbs, and so that's one of them. Other one probably go back prior to that even. Which probably led it was in the back of my mind. I came down with prostate cancer, and doctor was telling me all these horrible things that were going to happen and whatnot. So I had one doctor who actually told his nurse, um, "No calls, no interruptions. We're going to be in here as long as we need to." He explained the whole thing to me, how it works, and the options I have. So at that time, I opted to do a very specialized radiation treatment, but I also had my acupuncturist, and I worked along with him, and he had a series of pills I had to take, all natural pills. I had 8 weeks, 8 or 9 weeks of treatment, 10 minutes a day, not one symptom, was not, had plenty of energy, felt great through the whole thing, um, got through an entire treatment. You have to wait a year to check the PSA again. To check the PSA, mine was lower than what a 15-year-old would be. So all worked, but I knew that the natural pills I was taking helped a lot because most people have symptoms and all kinds of side effects and whatnot from the radiation. I did not. So I knew there was
Wow,
something to it.
amazing.
And then,
Amazing.
I mean, you can fast forward to just 5 years ago, open heart surgery, 5 bypasses done on the table for 6 hours. I was back to work in probably a month. And why is that? I talked to the doctors afterwards. I was told a couple things. They go, when we open you up, we know what kind of lifestyle you have. We know how you've been eating, how you've been taking care of yourself. And he told me that in most of the cases, they could only do about 25, 30% of what
Mhm.
they intended to do.
Mhm.
They did 100% of what they wanted to do and a little more inside of me because my insides were so good. That's because of my lifestyle. That's because of the diet that I was on, that I was eating, not all the junk and processed foods and all that. And you may ask, well, if you were doing so well, how did you catch this? Well, being a chemical engineer, I was in the chemical industry for a long time, around the most carcinogenic things you can imagine. In
Mm.
school, we used to wash our hands in benzene. Benzene is probably the number one carcinogen out there. And we
Oh,
used to wash our
wow.
hands in it. So, my body held it off as long as it could. But when I did get treatment, it went like a snap. So,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Pays to be healthy.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it does. It does. And again,
And
we
it's
talked
doable.
about too that it's not too late.
Never too
It's
late.
never
never
too
too
late.
late
Never too late.
to
Never.
just step back and start doing some of these things. Now, I think we talked about this before as well. One thing at a time. Don't try to do everything, but if you can suggest one thing that people do, what would that be?
Er,
If there were one thing I would suggest to people, it would probably be to it would be to do your homework on just holistic health, but
mm.
not on social media. Don't do it on social media because there's all kinds of things out there, and you'll have no idea of what's true and what's not true,
Oh my gosh.
especially
Yeah.
when you're starting out. But if you go on the net and you look up holistic medicine, holistic health, and you see things like the Mayo Clinic's got something on it. Some of these big teaching universities have articles on it. You can find out an awful lot because they are working on it. You just
And
don't hear it, but they
and
are working on it. The University of Texas is huge.
Johns
Of the
Hopkins,
Cleveland Clinic is huge into research things,
Kettering.
and I would suggest starting out there, getting a good feel for it, and then
Mhm.
you can launch out and hopefully find someone to call one of us, and we can help you understand it a little bit more because there's so many misunderstandings out there, and
So
like you
many.
said, someone wants to, okay, I'm going to go organic and I'm going to go holistic. And they go and they clean out the cabinet and they go buy all this organic stuff. And oh, God, it tastes terrible. It's just too much. It is too much. You got to take a step at a time. If you're eating processed foods, if you're drinking soda, soft drink. Cut it down by 1 a week. That's it, 1 a week. If you have one every day, skip a day. Start
Yeah,
out slow. Don't set yourself up for failure
yeah,
because there's a lot involved in this, and your body has to retune itself to the good food instead of the chemicals that are forcing it to do certain things.
exactly.
Right.
And can I say something? I strongly recommend that you do not do it alone. There are people that can help you. We're here to help you, support you. And it's when Rich says do your homework, and he mentioned all these different places, you want to look all of them up. If you're wanting to know something about, you want to know how to address a specific ailment, like, either high blood pressure or arthritis or whatever it might be, you want to see what everybody has to say about it because everybody is going to say something probably different. And you don't, if you just have that one, uh, perspective, you're missing it. You need that's how you get educated about it. You read everything. Well, not everything, but at least all the ones that are prominent, that Rich mentioned. And call us and just ask us. We can guide you, uh, because each, see, here's the thing. Everybody is different. Just like Rich said, if you've got diabetes, well, just because you have diabetes, the other person, it's different for everybody. So it's not going to be the same treatment for everybody because it's not the same for everybody. And this is very important. And when I was in holistic health coaching school, we learned it as bio individuality. And so everybody is different, and therefore, this is why your doctor needs to ask you 100 questions to find out what's going on with you specifically. So
Mhm.
I can't emphasize that enough.
One thing I like to kind of paint the picture of, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, let's see.
talk
Have some
about
sense.
everyone's different.
Let's hear it.
It's like
Mhm.
houses. Okay, you got two people, you got house, you got this house and the house next door. Okay, both houses have furniture in them. Both houses have a kitchen, they have a bathroom, they have a bedroom, but they're set up a slightly different. And that's kind of like the body. Now, everybody's heart is in the same spot and liver's in the same spot, but you can have other bioenergies going on that are different than the next person. So you have to be treated differently. One of the biggest things that I see, and with holistic health, people love to get into herbs, and herbs is a great thing, but you need to be educated on which herbs to take because some herbs are heating, some herbs are cooling. Most people have never heard about that. Their herbs can be heating or cooling. But what does that mean? Well, their bioenergy can either heat you up or cool you down. Now, if you've got some sort of ailment where you need to be cool and you're taking something that's heating, you're just making it worse. And then, oh, this stuff doesn't work. All that stuff. Let me go to the doctor. Something.
It's so confusing. Oh my goodness. You
This
see
is why
my
you,
brow? I'm like, it's warm and cold.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the other thing around that, yeah, it's a lot, but you take it a bite at a time.
Work with a person
This is one
that
of my
knows,
my
that's
hot
knowledgeable.
buttons, so that's why I'm kind of running on with this. But dosages. If you look at a multivitamin, okay, and it has the RDA, the recommended daily allowance of all those things, and it says 100%. Well, what that means actually is that 100% is enough to keep you alive, not well, just keep you alive. So you transition
Maybe.
that to you go out and you buy some herb off the shelf and you take it, and it has a recommended dosage. Well, that's just enough if you were 90% healthy and had 10% something wrong with you. You probably need a therapeutic dosage of whatever you got, which could be 3, 4, 5 times what you're taking. But you need to speak with someone about that that knows so you can get the proper treatment. Otherwise, you set
Right.
yourself up for failure.
Yeah,
Wow.
you definitely don't try it just by yourself. Work with a professional. There are holistic health professionals, and this is why I do the holistic health expos to
Mhm.
introduce you to a wide variety of holistic health professionals to see which one is right for you.
Yeah, 'cause it's so I'm frowning up because it's like it's just the tip of the iceberg of the
Hmm.
information, of the research that needs to be done, and then sometimes people might say, "Oh, this is just so freaking overwhelming." And, you say start with a holistic doctor. I don't know any, but again, that's why we're saying
That's why we're here.
we had the holistic health fair because we wanted people to know about how this works,
And
to
thank
Now
find
you. We're
out
going to have
you
another one coming up.
who to talk to. Yeah.
uh, Uh, okay, so when it comes to picking a doctor, whether it's a holistic doctor or a traditional doctor, really need to, or one needs to really interview that doctor and see what that doctor's all about. Do you, I always ask, how much research work do you do? Oh, I did it
Mm.
20 years ago. Okay, well, next. Because I want somebody who's up on the latest
See that?
research.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
taken any classes lately, and what are they on?
Mhm.
How do you feel about holistic medicine? How do you feel about herbs? I ask them all these questions because I want to know. Because if they're not into that, why am I going to see them?
Mm.
And like, oh, he's been my doctor for 10 years. Maybe it's been 10 years too long because you're always getting different ailments and you got all this stuff going on. Holistic health is simply assisting the body to heal naturally. You're giving it natural stuff, stuff that has come from the ground, minimally processed, put it in the body. The body knows what to do with it and it knows how to fix itself. What's the difference between herbs and pharmaceutics? Pharmaceutics will force your body to do to fix that
Ah,
particular
yeah,
ailment. Will
yeah,
force it, whether it's natural for the body or not. Herbs
yeah.
and whole foods work with the body, which is why it may take a little bit longer because it's not forcing the body, it's working along with the body. So when it comes to finding a healthcare professional, you need to find the one, number one, that's passionate about what they do. If they just in it to get a check and make some money, or I took this 30-day correspondence class and I'm going to teach you, no, don't work that way.
Hmm,
Don't work that way. They need a few hundred hours of studying, and no, because it's a massive
exactly.
responsibility to talk to someone about their health and try and get them healthy. And that's not to be taken lightly. So they
Mhm.
need some sort of credentials. And like I said, not a 30-day. When Ayurveda became popular, all these 30-day classes. No, you better be in there a couple of years learning this because you're dealing with someone's life. And I get very passionate about that because there's a lot of wannabes out there which are giving holistic health a bad name, and everybody thinks it's all woo-woo stuff now, and they shy away from it.
Yeah.
One of the
It's
great things that's happening right now, there have been so many studies that are now being finished and being published, and all the data is there. So the
Mm,
people that want data is out there. You can go find it. You can go find out that the ascorbic acid that you're taking as vitamin C is no good for you now because it's synthetically made. You know, it's not what you think it is. But all those studies are out there now, so people can
awesome.
go out there and start looking and really becoming more confident that holistic health, which is what it was in the beginning
In the
before some
beginning.
pharmaceutics came, that's what it
Yep.
was.
Yep. Yep.
The Indians did not go to the pharmacy to get a drug, okay?
Yeah.
They'd go out and they would collect some roots and berries and other things and would heal themselves.
But they
So,
knew what they were doing, and so they're
the medicine man knew.
Yeah. So, question about blood work.
Uh-huh.
Because usually you go and to your doctor, and there's only certain things that they look for. When a holistic doctor does blood work on you, what are they looking for? What tests are they running? Do they know what the levels and different things are supposed to be?
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Blood work is a big deal. Okay. The philosophy is test, don't guess. Okay. And too many
I
people
like
are
that.
guessing what's going on without the blood work to back it up.
Mhm.
And what will typically happen with most doctors, an awful lot of doctors, they'll go, okay, we'll run your basic panel of blood work, which has some things on it. Most of the time is missing a number of things. A complete panel, the full panel, probably has 100 things on it.
at
Mm,
least,
wow.
And
at least.
these makeshift blood tests that so many people get don't have some of the most important things on there. The last three I looked at do not, the person was not tested for vitamin D. Vitamin D is one of the most important numbers to know. One of the most important. Because if that number is too low, it leads you into, it's the first marker of clinical depression. Would that be kind of important to
Right.
know if I'm headed that
Yeah.
way or not? You know, it's a wide span. No doctors explain this, very few do. 30 to 100. You need to really be up around 70, 80 when it's really at its peak
Optimal.
in terms of what it can
Mhm.
do for you. The effects it has on the heart. It does a lot with the heart. A lot of people don't even realize that. Oh, vitamin D has strong bones to a certain degree. Oh, I can go out in the sun. I live in a sunny city. I can go out in the sun. You'd have to be out in the sun all day long because
Which
the
is
transmission through
another
your
problem.
skin is very inefficient. So, that's all these little things that people just don't know. But if you get a complete blood test, and you can tell your doctor, I want the full panel, not this partial thing that you're giving me. I want the complete panel. And they'll go ahead and say, yeah. And then you'll get the whole thing. And if your doctor's not explaining to you what all these things are, you take it to someone else who will.
Can I say something? Because this is another thing that just really needs to be said. The reason they do it is because the insurance companies have said, you have to show us proof of why you need these other tests. And unless because they're looking for specific diseases or ailments or, issues. They're looking for something they can treat with medications, with pharmaceuticals. And so the insurance companies many times will not pay for those extra tests, but do it anyway and pay it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
So here's
It's
the thing.
worth it. This is your health.
Very true. And here's the thing. At some point in time, you need to draw the line in the sand on your health. Either you're
Mhm.
going to be healthy or you're not going to be healthy. Don't be
Right.
straddling the fence back and forth. You may do that a little bit in the beginning, but at some point, you need to draw the line. And when it comes to blood work and insurance, I did that several years back, uh, with the job I had, submitted it, the full panel. It was like almost $900. I
Oh,
called up
yeah.
the, insurance company, and I said, "You know what? I don't believe this. You need to look into this, and you need to come up with the correct cost." By the time I got finished talking with them, I was down to $198 because I'm passionate about my health. No, I
Yeah.
you got all this stuff you're gonna charge, that's fine, but you're not charging me. I know that, and I know you don't have to charge me. I know you got leeway in there. Oh, well, this needed to be coded this way. Well, code it that way and get that price down. Again, get it about your health. Just don't sit back and just let it just come at you. Oh,
You
I
gotta
gotta
be an
pay off.
advocate for
Get
yourself.
passionate.
Really, really.
Yeah, you have to be an
Now, if
advocate
you
for
got a doctor
yourself
that's
for
not
that.
talking like this, now he don't have to be as crazy as I am, but I am passionate about people's health.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah. And so, what's one thing that listeners could do today to feel more oh, centered?
More centered, thing you
Hmm.
can do right away is you can go outside, take your shoes off, and stand in the grass or on the dirt, whatever's there. You can always wash your feet. Don't worry about that. We're talking about health. Okay. And so to get grounded and to get balanced, there's nothing better than the earth. Not through the concrete, not through the asphalt, not on the floor in the house.
On
You
the
need to
dirt.
get out on the earth.
Dirt.
And if you just stand there for 5 minutes, you will become more grounded because all this electrical energy that you have going on in you, what's going to happen is that it's a the earth is very grounding. So what it's going to do is it's going to help dissipate a lot of that static extra energy you got going on, and you'll feel better. Now, if you mix that in with some deep breathing, a couple of deep breaths, oh, bonus. And that will ground you. Something easy you can do. You don't have to buy anything. All you got to do is go outside, take your shoes off. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. This is a thank you. That's awesome. That is awesome. I hope you got that. And if not, back up and listen again because that was very important. Good thing.
Okay, grounding. Okay. When you say that, okay, is there a definition of grounding? Or so you say, "Oh, well, you need to go out in the grass to get grounded." So,
Or the dirt. The grass
the
is on the
dirt,
dirt. It's
the
coming up
dirt.
out of the dirt.
Yeah.
So as long as
You
there's
need
So
to
nothing
back.
impeding you.
yeah, so it's like, again, novice, new, don't know what you mean. Okay, I'm gonna go out and do it, but I don't know what you mean. Why am I doing that? Why does this help me? Well,
It's going to help you because uh,
I told
there are
pulled my
essentially three
plug out.
bioenergies that go on in the body, and they
Is
determine,
this it?
assist with the way things are working. And they can become distorted at times. They can become out of balance at times. And grounding helps the body relax. It helps the body get centered. It's like you have a piece of you got a piece of equipment. You got a treadmill at home. Now you're gonna plug that treadmill in. If you look at that plug, there's three prongs on there, not two. The toaster has two, but a treadmill is gonna have three. What is that third prong that comes up? That's the grounding prong. In case there's a surge of energy comes, you don't burn up your treadmill. Okay. Same thing with the body. The body can build up energy, have stagnant energy. Sometimes you can walk around the house. Oh, I got a shock on this. Well,
Yes,
part
yes.
of it that your house doesn't have enough humidity in it, but the other part is you. You're too supercharged. So go outside and hug that tree. People, oh, why would you hug a tree? Because it's very grounding. Number one, get over all this, whatever that people think about. Oh, that's foolish. Is your health
Because they
foolish?
don't understand
Are
it.
you serious
Yeah,
about your health or
yeah.
not? Who cares? I'll hug a tree all day. If it's going to make me well, why not?
Awesome.
So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. It does help. Yeah. Yeah.
The bioenergies, that's
That's a whole nother
Really,
podcast.
right. It really is. It really is. Yep.
uh, but but we are energy, and I
We are.
think um, we need to understand that too. We are energy, and that energy. I think too that energy has to go somewhere. That can't always be contained in us because then that causes issues as well. Would that be correct to say?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
That's why
Something I just
exercise is so important.
Yeah.
You need to exercise. You need to get this energy out,
When
dissipate it.
you say
How many people?
exercise,
Oh, I got to go walk. I got to go run. I got to do something.
walking is
I got to get
good.
rid of
yeah,
this energy. Little
yeah.
kids that are running around going crazy. What do? We put them out in the backyard and run them to
Yes, yeah.
dissipate
So
that
let him run
energy.
around and get rid of some of that energy. Yeah.
I just want to say this before we conclude is that we we've been conditioned to, we feel not well in our body, that we go to a doctor. Or if we break something or hurt something, we go to a doctor. And we trust that these doctors are going to take care of us. Well, this is the paradigm shift right here. We're still going to doctors, but we're going to doctors who are holistic, who are not looking to give us a drug, a pharmaceutical to force the body to do what it is not doing for a reason. The body is not, it's not working properly for a reason. And your holistic doctor is going to look for the reason and satisfy the reason instead of just forcing the body to do something which is going to cause 10 other problems. So I hope that
And
that communicates that we're still going to a doctor, but we're going to one who respects and honors the body's innate ability to heal itself, and understands how it does that, and is able to provide what's needed to support that.
and I that's very true, and I agree with that. The only piece I would add, and I think that's this people need to really grasp this. There are times for traditional medicine. There's times for holistic medicine. If you
Mhm.
come down with a staph infection, which can take you out in 2 days and you won't be here anymore, give me the drugs. Give me the drugs
Yeah,
that are powerful, that will
there's a
knock that
case.
out. And then guess what I'll do? Then I'll introduce my holistic medicine and build my body back up quickly. So
Right.
there are times to do it,
Yeah.
but those are generally times where you're in dire straits and it needs
Life
to
or
be done
death. Life or
now.
Yeah.
death. Yeah. You
Yeah.
Yeah.
want the life. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have one more question before
Mm-hmm.
we do close today. Um, for myself, I'll say personally, there's certain medicines that my doctor was trying on me and was saying, come back in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and let's see where you are. Do you recommend that same thing when you're looking to change things over to holistic? Is there a time period when you should start to see a difference and be able to report that the next time you talk to your doctor? I don't know why I keep pulling this plug out.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Did it
the
again.
time difference
It's in
is
this
going to
side.
be
Let's hit. Okay. Put it back up.
Yeah.
Just waiting because you can't hear. Okay. Go ahead.
the time difference is going to be a little different for everyone. But within, I'd say, 2 to 4 weeks, you should be noticing some change.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because the thing is, if your body is not is not responding to whatever it is you're taking, why take it for 6 months and then find out way down the road? That don't make any
Mm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's going to be well, if it's going to be improved 6 months down the road, then it has to gradually be getting better. So you need to know that. So if I need to deviate and do something different, you need to know that early on. Otherwise, the 6 months, okay, well, that didn't work. Another 6 months. Now you've gone 2, 3 years with the same issue
Mm-hmm.
when it could have been corrected much sooner.
Yeah.
So hopefully that helps.
Oh. It it is this is fascinating. It's confusing. It's educational. It's all of that. And again, it's never too late So
Never too late.
never too late. So let's take the time to research and look into these things for our bodies. We could go on forever
We
and
could.
ever and ever with this conversation, especially with Rich. So, um, he's suggested some things to me, and I'll just say this, and they've worked within 1 week. It's just the things that he suggested that I do for my body. So we have some other steps that we're going to take, and I can report back on the results that I am having. So for those of you who want to know if it's worth the journey, I'll personally let you know. So far, I'm extremely happy with the journey that he has me on so far. So I appreciate that. But again, this is a topic that we could take weeks and months, but I'm sure we'll come back to it.
We will, especially with your questions. I just wanted to ask Rich one last thing. What trends are you seeing in holistic health right now that could help those who are watching and listening? Sure.
I think a couple of things that I'm seeing now, I kind of alluded to them before. There are a lot of new studies that are being published on a lot of different things, whether it's blood pressure, whether it's cholesterol. It's just a myriad of things that are being published now, longer term studies, um, really defining um, dosages, frequencies. I mean, they really have nailed it down. So there's a lot of that coming out. So if you just Google recent medical studies, you'll get a whole list of them. And then just start looking at them. So I'm seeing that more of a trend of that because a lot of these studies are coming to the end now. The other thing that I'm seeing, a lot more of the younger generation is really gravitating towards holistic.
Mm.
I think they have seen what their parents have gone through, some of the struggles and, other things that have happened. And they're saying, how can I avoid that? I mean, even if I look at my audience is 18 to 34-year-olds. They're the ones that are
Mm.
interested in what I'm talking about at this point in time. So that's good. Because we need that generation coming up, blending in with the older generation, the more mature, the wiser generation, and we help educate each other. And then as a
Mhm.
body, we move on and we get better.
Yeah, I'm great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Well,
Good stuff.
okay. You've given us some things that we can do to feel centered. 5 minutes standing on the dirt. And if it's grass on the dirt, okay, on the grass. That's fine. Make sure you don't step in the poop.
Yes.
But it's so, I do it every morning, every day, and it is truly keep helping me to be more balanced.
Great.
Good.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
So,
you for your expertise. Thank you for your
yes,
wisdom.
yes.
Thank you for your patience and answering these questions and even working with me. So we
You're
are
very
excited.
welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
This
So
was
And
great.
thank you
Been a
for
great.
having me.
oh, and we're gonna have you back again. So yeah.
Don't think it's one
Be
and done.
happy to come
Yeah,
back.
it's not one and done. So we will definitely have you back. But before we go, we again want to thank Rich for coming on, but we're also excited to announce that we will start a relationship series. And it has been from some of the requests of some of the people that have been watching our podcast. They've given us several ideas on what our subjects should be. And one of those
But you
was
want to hear from us.
yeah, and we want to continue hearing from you because we we need assistance with our topics. But
We have lots. We just need to know what you want to hear,
yes,
what you want to know about.
yes.
And so far, go ahead.
So we're going to do the communication on marriage, parent and child. It is going to be a relationship series. So there'll be several subjects.
We got the relationships go from marriage to parent-child to co-workers and boss and supervisor, manager, the up and down relationship,
And even your neighbors.
and your neighbors. Oh, that's important.
And
We
definitely
see all these
neighbors.
things right on. We see them all come into these TV court shows.
I know.
We want to help you to not have to do that, or not even want to do that.
Eliminate some of these court shows. That's what I'd like to see done. Eliminate. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
We
That's
want
someone's
to
income.
encourage better relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was something. Oh, Rich, you want to tell us how to reach you? Tell them how to reach you.
You can reach me via my website, balancingmylife.com. There's several places on there where you can just enter a note, comes directly to me in my email, and I will respond to you within 24 hours. So,
Okay, say it
quickest
one more
way,
time.
right. So, yeah, that's the quickest way to get ahead of me. I'm on social media. Um, so you might be able to catch me there. Unapologetically Significant is one of my Instagrams. Balancing My Life Ayurveda is another Instagram I have. So YouTube is Balancing My Life. Surprise. So any of those venues, you can get to me and drop a note to me,
All right.
or get a hold
Fantastic.
of either one of these two, and they know how to get a hold of me.
Yes, we do.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much again. Thank you
Certainly.
so much. So again, thank you for tuning in to the Debbie and Kim show.
Remember that each one of you are perfect for your purpose for being here now. And
And
don't
don't
forget
forget to
subscribe,
subscribe, like, and
and
comment.
comment.
We
We
love
love
hearing
from
from
you.
you. Have a good day. See ya.
Over now.